What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Caught, presented by Catfished. Today we'll be covering a man who is in a wheelchair due to a spinal cord injury and how he gave $300,000 to a woman he met online within a 4-year span.
You know, honestly, I didn't get that feeling that I was being conned, you know.
Walter Zutell is a man who lives in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, and was feeling heartbroken and alone. He lost his wife of 13 years, Laura, who passed away suddenly in 2010 due to a heart attack. He said that his wife was definitely his soulmate and fit the description of what people talk about when you find your soulmate.
Walter knew he needed to get back out there and find a companion since he was feeling lonely. So he decided to try online dating.
I missed that bit of companionship. I missed that somebody, I knew I was never going to find a soulmate, but I missed that companionship.
He then met a woman named Jennifer Best who lived 2 hours away. They formed a relationship online and met 6 times in person over the past 4 years.
And I met this girl, and I grew up in St. Catharines, and she was from St. Catharines, so we started talking, and she was a PSW, so she had been around people with disabilities, so I'm thinking, okay, I've got somebody who's not disabled, who's familiar with disabilities, so I figured, okay, that would help us out.
This to me is a giant red flag since they lived close by each other but yet saw each other very little. However, Walter felt he hit the jackpot since she was a woman who wasn't in a wheelchair and she was actually attracted to Walter, who happened to be in a wheelchair.
Once she realized she had Walter wrapped around her finger, she started asking him for small amounts of money for things. The amounts of money then increased as he started to buy her more expensive things, like a car and a gastric bypass surgery.
It started out as small things, like I was paying for gas to get up here, you know, and I was helping her out with some bills around her house and things like that.
She claimed that if she had a car, she could visit him more often. However, that never happened. He kept sending her money for countless things until he was completely broke. Once he could no longer send her money, she stopped returning his calls and stopped replying to his emails.
He is now $300,000 in debt, with his house remortgaged and credit cards maxed out with 3 lines of credit. He doesn't even know if he'll be able to keep his house for much longer. He has set up a GoFundMe page to help recover from his debts.
That's just what I owe creditors. I guarantee you, if I went back and got all my statements, I guarantee you it was well over $300,000.
Jennifer has spoken out since this incident has been published on CTV News. She admits to asking Walter for money, but claims that she doesn't think it was as much as $300,000. She says she hopes she could pay him back in the future, but doesn't know when that will be. I don't know, I feel really bad for Walter. He lost everything. He's about to lose his home, all for this girl, because he just couldn't get his feelings on straight. He just wasn't in the right state of mind when they were dating, because he saw this beautiful girl who wasn't in a wheelchair, and he's in a wheelchair, and so he kind of thought that, oh, someone actually cares about me, I'm gonna give her money, and then she ends up bailing anyway, so I kind of feel bad in that sense.
At what point would you stop giving someone money?
To be honest with you, I'm more on Jennifer's side, just because, I mean, if he's constantly giving her money and she's finding ways to get more money out of him, then I mean, so be it. That's on Walter's fault. That's not on Jennifer's fault.
Do you think that's our day and age, though? Like, you try to get what you can out of somebody and then you just disappear?
Unfortunately, that's how it is, but I mean, at the same time, it's Walter's money. At any point, he could have said, no, I'm not going to give you any
He
money.
could have, but his feelings were being played, like, hardcore.
Now, he supposedly gave her $300,000.
Right.
Now he has a GoFundMe.
He does.
Look what he did with it to begin with, 4-year span, and he said he gave $300,000. She said it's not true. She said it was less than that. So who do I believe? I don't know. Now you're asking for a GoFundMe. I don't feel like, who's telling the truth here?
So essentially, you're paying for the money that he paid Jennifer. So,
right.
I mean, let's say he meets somebody else again. Let's say you do a GoFundMe. Let's say he gets $100,000. What if that $100,000 he meets somebody else, gets desperate again? He's prone to do it. He's already done it. You don't have to meet him a couple of times, and he's just, here's my money.
I just feel sorry about the situation. I feel sorry that he was scammed out of the money, and he wasn't in the right state of mind, and I feel bad for that. And so if I was in the position to donate money, I would.
So you've heard our opinions. We want to hear yours. Would you donate to Walter's GoFundMe?
For more in-depth details on this case, please feel free to check out our blog linked in the description. For teasers on new episodes, be sure to follow us on our social media pages. Hit the notification bell and subscribe button to be notified when the next episode of Caught presented by Catfished goes live.